Hello and welcome to the Brother Slam. This is Cam, finishing up the settlement phase for the Super Ocho takedown of the Level 2 Butcher. Finally got a victory against Nemesis Monster. It felt good, that is for sure. And then the camera died right as we were getting into the the aftermath. So here we are recording it in its place. Okay, so Hunt XP, all that stuff is done. Any victorious survivors may immediately select axe weapon proficiency, regardless of age milestones. Let's take a look at just who survived quick. Survivor, so we got Pattern, who's a bow fellow. Wendell, what are we going on for Wendell? Spear, we do like Spear. And I think it was just those. Yeah, Stargout is retired. And so I don't think we're going to worry about the axe thing there. Hunt XP, weapon proficiency level. Yep. So let's go ahead and just get that up quick. Weapon proficiency for Window. And for Pattern. Cool. Very cool. So we got that. And let's do rewards. So rolling a d10 and adding the Butcher's level to this. So adding 2, getting a 4, so 4 to 6. The Butcher lets loose a final roar. Its body explodes, scattering 1d5 Broken Lantern resources. Let's see how many we get. 1. Hopefully these rolls will not carry forward into the settlement phase, but still, 1 resource is better than none. 1 Broken Lantern. There we go, and I think that was everything for this. So one thing I decided to do off camera, and it's not going to be the next quarry monster, but it's going to be the following, is Monsieur Dung Beetle Knight. So we'll go ahead and read, let's see if we can get that a little closer there. This quarry's story. Let's get that in focus. This settlement phase. So as an aside, super stoked on this mini. Just a really quick, pretty simple paint job to come together. And I had a lot of fun just doing a slight little kit bash on its little stance. I kind of wanted to give it like a little dueler stance with its blade out. And something a little different for the Dung Beetle resin ball there. I went for kind of like a monochrome, kind of muddy or poopy marble kind of look there. Yeah, it was fun. So not the next hunt, but the following one we're going to be going after. Monsieur Dung Beetle Knight. Figured it would be a good call to get him in place, since we do have the kind of night-themed story stuff going on, which we are going to get to. I figured, so I like the little kind of homebrew event thing I've done, which only currently procs from facing off against knights. And I figured, why not have it happen against Nemesis fights too, just so there's something potentially beneficial if Nemesis fights don't go so well. So we'll do that here too. Alrighty, Roo. So we got the Endeavors, we've updated timeline, updated death count. I don't think we have any milestones, but let's take a look at Hunt XP just in case for who we have. So Pattern. Hunt XP, no milestones there. Stargout is retired. Yeah, and they already did. I'm going to look at age really quick to see if there is anything. I don't think there is. But why not take a peek? Yeah, Lucky Elder, which they got. Cool. Very, very cool. And Wendell, Hunt XP. Yeah, nothing there either, but they will get some age fun times soon enough here. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and do our settlement phase. We'll scoot this forward just a little bit because I'm going to replace it with other stuff soon enough here too. And starting with the Dark Seamstress. What are you? It's creepy, cool art. Kind of reminds me of like Spider Lady. Lingering effects. The steady click of the spindle wheel invades the artisan's hazy dream. The dark seamstress sits beside them, weaving items born of desire with a knowing smile. The artisan blushes. Okay. Rawhide corset, rare gear. Leather bodysuit, rare gear. Lantern brassiere, rare gear. Or teeth bikini. Oh my goodness. Okay, so some of these we're definitely not going to be able to do because we don't have. Oh, the names too. So Skinner's Desire, Worker's Secret Sketch, Festival Fantasy. Yeah, we couldn't do that one anyways. And Dancer's Dream, we couldn't do either. But the first two, I think we can do because we have any random resource that we can do. And then also a bodysuit. So let's do this for sure. This sounds cool. So one leather. Which we do have. Let's go shown only. And this is from the 1.6 update kit. So we'll get rid of leather and let's just get rid of the broken lantern we just got. And give me one moment while I grab these gear cards. Interesting. So I don't know how much how useful these were. So they're armor, set, rawhide, and leather, and both outfits. I don't know what outfits are. Dang, cram it. Let's put these up here. So both are 0 armor. The corsets, if it's a puzzle piece, you gain +1 evasion. And the bodysuit doesn't have anything. Just the affinities. Oh, well, cool, fun items. And yeah, nice to get a friendly event off the bat too. Cool, creepy art. Let's get that clear out of there. Very cool. Yeah, sweet. So we got that there. Next up, so yeah, milestones are all good there. Develop. So we can't innovate, which is a shame. I haven't been able to the last couple of turns here because I went a little crafting crazy last time. And obviously we can't innovate this turn because we don't have any resources coming in from the butcher fight. So let's go ahead and do the timeline stuff. And let's start with introducing our new buddy old pal. Just going to add that. Okay, there we go. So we have a warm virus and rumbling in the dark, which is present because of Dung Beetle Night. Let's go ahead and do that first. And there's some arts of the handsome Beetle Boy himself. Some new cool rolls. Rumbling in the dark. Fantastic. Cool art, as usual in this game. That can fit there. Yeah, looks pretty good. A low, constant rumble woke a woman sleeping on the ground. She quietly shifted her bedding aside and lowered her ear to the ground. Something strange was happening out in the darkness. In a breathless moment, the woman's wonder overcame her fear and she set out to find the source of the tremors underfoot. Nominated female survivor. That survivor gains +1 permanent strength. Who do we have currently? Survivors. Okay, those guys are a male. Let's go ahead and do Risen. Risen gains a permanent strength. This is like such a grim fairy tale piece of art. I think it's so cool. Super cool. The woman followed her feet, feeling her way toward the rumble until it became a quake. Ahead, she saw a peculiar figure struggling to push a massive sphere up a hill. The object appeared quite heavy, and the creature faltered often, losing ground. Each time it did, it redoubled its efforts and rolled the massive weight back up the hill, shaking the ground anew. At first glance, the struggle appeared clumsy and pathetic, but as she watched, the woman was taken by the creature's relentless perseverance. Even after the monster crested the hill and vanished, its noble form and simple mission stayed with her. Admiration was too weak a word to describe her feelings. The nominated female survivor gains the vermin obsession disorder. Okay. Vermin obsession. While there is a bug spot terrain on the showdown board, you are so overwhelmed that you cannot spend survival. Okay. This is really good art in this one. The woman quietly stole back into the settlement, waking no one. Although the others slept soundly, she remained awake, invigorated by witnessing such dedication and exertion. She searched the settlement for the smoothest object she could find and began to roll it, emulating the monster. She would teach the settlement its ways and show them perfect persistence. Gain the round stone training innovation. You may now hunt the dung beetle knights added to the quarry's list on the settlement record sheet. Cool. Okay, and here we go with round stone training. Education, nightmare training, consequence. Training, you can spend 1 resource and roll 1d10. On a 1, gain the motion sickness disorder. On a 2, gain the cross-arm block fighting arts. 3 to 8, gain the tumble fighting arts. 9 plus, you have a serene moment, gain +3 insanity in either the carapace of will or propulsion drive secret fighting arts. Cool, I think I might do this actually. That sounds fun. So we'll put that up here. Cool, and let's make sure that we add this beetle boy as a quarry. There we go, so we got round stone training, and I don't think there's anything else that we're going to be looking at here. We'll just show this art really quick too, because it's quite neat. And there is the Dung Beetle Knight Showdown art. Very, very cool. And we'll put this away for now, because we got nothing else going on with it. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and do my little homebrew thing before we go into the Flower Knight, getting our Lucidant back here. The survivors chance upon a strange glimmer. Hidden within a lantern, it shimmers like a captured stormfront, casting a haunting blue glow upon their weary faces. Whispers among the settlement speaks of the night's radiance, a flicker of deadly beauty in the darkness. They gather around its eerie luminescence, hearts heavy with the weight of their trials, yet aflame with burgeoning courage. Nominate rather than the knight's courage in this case, more of like the butcher's madness. Nominate the returning survivor with the most disorders. Choose randomly in the case of a tie. Let's see, and so this is going to only be out of 2 folks. We've got Pattern, who's got the most disorders. Pattern's got 0. How about Wendell? Wendell also has 0. Let's go ahead and roll off. So we'll do Pattern first and Wendell second. Okay, Pattern is going to be the one going here. So we'll roll a d10. Ooh. What do we get on a Lantern 10 here? Ascendant Radiance. The Stormlight momentarily transforms the survivor into a beacon of pure brilliance, their very presence dispelling the shadows and inspiring awe in all who behold them. As the light burns away, they are left more whole than they were. The survivor may remove a disorder or permanent injury as the light heals their body or soul. This includes lost limbs. And then as long as the survivor survived, which indeed they have, note Spark of Radiance on their sheet. Okay, so this might actually be perfect, because Pattern had an injury that gave them -1 permanent speed, if I recall correctly. Which I don't appear to have noted, but I do have that minus speed, so I think I'm just going to remove that permanent speed, and we'll call that Ascendant Radiance. Alrighty, cool, cool, cool. And let's note Spark of Radiance. And when I get around to it, that will mean something in the future. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, and then a warm virus, 19. This art is specifically a little bit creepy, but still very cool. Alrighty. Nominate a survivor that can consume to be the host. If that's not possible, the flower withers and this event ends. The host presses the virus flower into their mouth, its delicate petals changing color to match their flesh. A cozy and inspired warmth fills their being as they gently push the flower by its stem down their throat. Ooh. Okay, rolling a d10. Let's go ahead and do it. Getting a 5, so that will be on this first part here. Unable to channel the inspiration, the host roars into the darkness. Departing survivors each gain +1 courage. Then welcome the guest. Graves as their death principle. This we do have. The host builds a small grave and tearfully bids farewell. Nominate the survivor with the least hunt XP. They are moved and gain the Swordsman Promise Secret Fighting Art. So that we can definitely do with the least hunt XP. Let's put that on Risen. Swordsman's Promise Secret Fighting Art. Alright, this one I actually have shown before, but that's okay. We'll show it off here anyways. That looks to be the hand. At the start of each showdown, gain survival up to your survival limits if you have a sword in your gear grid. Cool. Well, I do believe someone is going to be needing a sword here. And this being Risen. Sweet. Okay, and welcome the guest. As the flower is digested, a virus enters the host's bloodstream and travels to their brain. The host experiences a state of euphoria as viral genomes are injected into the cells of their prefrontal cortex and pallium. The host feels as if a satisfying itch within their skull has finally been scratched. That sensation is the last thing they experience as their original self. The host's brain is rewritten, replacing the sum of their life with that of the guest's. The host loses all fighting arts, disorders, abilities, and impairments. Then, they gain all the guest's fighting arts, disorders, positive attributes, and weapon proficiency levels, including the type. They do not gain the guest's abilities or impairments. Alright, cool. And so, our Lucidin is returning to us. Okay, fantastic. So we have our Lucidin, who has returned. That is good news for sure. We like that. We like that a lot. Cool. There we go. Necrotoxic Missile 2 is going to be coming back in a bit too, which is happy, happy fun times. Okay, well, let's shut this book for now and see about doing some innovations here. So we do want to make, I think, a few more survivors because we don't have a ton that are actually built out right now. And unfortunately, we can't do the normal innovate that we'd like to do. So let's see what we can do. And how many endeavors do we have? 9, so we do have quite a few. How many people do I have? Population 27, so I'm not really worried about making any babies. So let's go ahead and put Augury off to the side, because it's not too big of a deal right now. Scrap, scavenge. Having to spend a survival not to die on 1-5 is kind of crappy. Potentially gaining courage and a broken lantern resource, not the worst, especially just for 1. Shared experience we're definitely going to do. And roundstone training, I think we're going to start with that. So let's go ahead and do it with not dead. There we go. Let's do it with Vestim here, who's a newer survivor. So this is a endeavor down to 8, rolling d10, getting a 5, gain the tumble fighting art. Tumble. When someone would collide with you, roll 1d10. On a result of 6+, you successfully tumble out of harm's way. Instead, place your survivor standing on the closest free space outside of the collision path. Cool. Let's do this again for Risen, just for fun. Ooh. getting a 10. What does that mean? You have a serene moment. Gain +3 insanity in either the Carapace of Will or Propulsion Drive secret fighting arts. Cool. Well, Risen, and let us see what this be. +3 insanity. We like that. And then these are definitely new. Okay, so some fun art on these cards, as the usual. Carapace of Will. At the start of the showdown, gain the Steadfast Survivor status card. When you are attacked, if you have 2+ Steadfast tokens, ignore a hit and remove all your Steadfast tokens. I don't know what Steadfast is, so I'll have to look into that. Propulsion Drive. At the start of the showdown, gain the Momentum Survivor status card. When you attack, if you have 5+ Momentum tokens, remove them and roll 1d10. Gain that amount of luck and strength when attempting to wound the first selected hit location for this attack. I do kind of like the ignore the hit one. Let's look at Momentum and Steadfast here really quick. During your act, you may spend your move to gain a Steadfast token, limit once per round. When you are knocked down, lose all your Steadfast tokens. Interesting, so you don't want to get knocked down. What about Momentum? When you travel 4 or more spaces from movement or knockback without passing over the same space twice, gain +1 Momentum token. When you successfully tumble, gain a +1 Momentum token. And you lose them when you're knocked down. Let's do the Carapace of Will. That sounds cool. Carapace of Will it is. Very neat. So we'll put that back there. I don't know if we're going to do that one again, but we might. Let's put it back up here, and we shall see. Shared experience. You know, let's go ahead and try the scrap scavenge ones, just for funsies. And who should we do this with? Let's do Bastim, because he does have a survival. 1, so we're going to spend his survival and not die. Okay. 6. And I think with what I have left, I'm just going to do shared experience to gain some age goodies here. So let's see. Let's do this on Risen. It's going down to 5 endeavors. And Risen gains a Hunt XP. I'm going to do this twice. So she can do age. That's 4. And let's get this book back open and do age. $107. Alrighty, time in the darkness changes us. Indeed. Okay, so Risen has sword proficiency. Well, she's got that sword fighting art thing where she gains extra survival. If she's got that. I don't know how big of a deal that is or how good sword specialization is. And we don't really have any good swords. I mean, it would be interesting to work towards if we're able to make like a Zanbato or something, because I do want to make that weapon. And we don't have it yet. 1 shield, whip, grand Qatar, shield, sword. I mean, why not? Why don't we have someone who uses a sword? Let me just double check that. Gain survival up to the settlement survival limit if you have a sword in your gear grid. I guess technically they don't need to be using a sword though either. Oh, grand weapon is different than sword, but I think a Zanbato is still grand. We don't even have any yet though anyways. Heck, we do have a decent sword that we haven't really been able to use, so let's try it out. Why not? We can always switch things out later on if need be. Okay, sword, just for fun. I'm gonna just see what sword does. When attacking with a sword, after drawing hit locations, make a wound attempt and then select a hit location to resolve with that result. Wait, what? After drawing hit locations, make a wound attempt. I don't think I'm gonna do sword. That just sounds not that great. You know what? Let's go ahead and do axe because our axe survivor. Let me just double check that. Yeah, our axe survivor is gone, so let's do axe. Weapon proficiency, axe. Boom, boom. There we go. And rolling 2d10. Ooh, 17. +1 permanent accuracy. Cool, we like that. We like that indeed. Awesome. And then we're going to spend 2 more survival, going down to 2. And we are going to get... Let's do Vistim first. So Vistim is going to get to age up here as well. And what do we want Vistim to be? So we still have pattern as a bow wielder. We're happy with that. What kind of weapon proficiency do we want here? Maybe a whip for fun. We don't have a whip yet, but I'm curious about the whip. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, then rolling 2d10, getting a 9. A random fighting art for Vistim. Okay. Add a random fighting art. Last man standing. When you are the only survivor on the showdown board, you may not gain bleeding tokens or be knocked down. Sounds good. We like it. And then we're going to spend our... go down to 1 endeavors. And this is going to get Stormfather up to the first age milestone. And what do we want Stormfather to have here? I think I'm going to reverse this actually. Let's do axe with Stormfather. Axe for Stormfather. Cool, cool. And then Risen. Let's go ahead and do shield for you because you've got a little extra accuracy, which will hopefully help with that. Cool. And then for rolling 2d10 for Stormfather here, getting a 10. Random fighting art it is. Otherworldly luck. During the hunt and settlement phase, whenever you roll on a table, you may add +1 to the result. This may not exceed the highest possible result of that table. It includes hunt events, story events, endeavors, settlement events, etc. Cool. That sounds good. And then we could have someone else do a little run around looking for scrap, or we could do the rolling one here again. And you know what? I think I'm going to do... Let's do Stormfather, going for a runabout looking for scrap. And we'll spend that survival so that they don't die here as well. Cool. Well, with that, I do believe we're going to go... I don't think... there's nothing we can craft or anything, really. Actually, just for fun. Let me see. I don't think there is, though. Because one thing that I would like to do is make a What are they called again? Gear, crafting, bonesmith? Yeah, a sickle and a pickaxe I would like, but I don't have any gear for it now, so we'll save that for next time. Yeah, so I think the plan is going to be next fight is going to be against a white lion level 2. I've yet to actually beat it at level 2, and so I figured it'd be good, hopefully a good loot pinata to get a bunch of resources from. And after that, it'll be Dung Beetle Knight. And then after that, I do believe it is Kingsman level 2, which is not going to be fun at all. So yeah, that is a plan. And then maybe Phoenix again in the future, but right now I think I want to work on just getting another full set of leather. And I guess I could do the Phoenix instead as well, since everyone does have some Hunt XP at least. We'll see. It's either going to be White Lion level 2 or Phoenix level 1. I'll figure that out in the next couple of days. And so this video should be going live on Monday of this week. And I'll be streaming the actual encounter / hunt phase this week too on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. So I'll have that up. Might be actually noted tonight, which will be the day before this video is posted, just to make things nice and confusing. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this little settlement happy fun time, and we'll catch you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your night / week / day. Bye.